So self-care isn't selfish. We know that, right? So we hear that all the time, but why is it that we struggle to find time to actually practice self-care? Why is it that we don't do it? When my babies were little, I guess the new role of motherhood and all of the roles and responsibilities and all of the additional pressures that went with it, they were my excuses for not practicing self-care. And now my children are much bigger, with my eldest being almost 18 and my youngest being 10, I know that my time with them is so limited. So when I have free time, I want to spend it with them. And so I feel like if I'm practicing self-care, that's time away from my children. It's time that could be spent together that I'm giving up. And that's really hard. And what makes that really hard is that I know that if I go outside and spend time in the sunshine, if I eat, better still, if I eat well, and if I exercise, I know that I'm a much nicer person. And I know that they're actually going to want to spend time with me a lot more if I look after myself and if I practice self-care. And yet still, despite the fact I've spent the last 20 years of my life and my entire career focusing on the benefits of self-care, despite all of that, I still find that it's difficult to give self-care the kind of time and energy that it probably deserves. But when I talk about the time and energy that it deserves, there's that and there's the cost, right? Those are the two biggest barriers to practicing self-care. I don't have the time for that and it costs too much. Because what we see, whether we're scrolling through Facebook or TikTok or advertising that we may see on the news or on television, and or what passes a news show now, which is actually just 90 minutes of commercials. So what we see is we see people saying, look after yourself, self-care, go to a spa day, have a float, buy these candles, buy these essential oils, buy this product, buy that product, spend time and go here and do that. It's all about how much cost there is. It's also about, there's this idea of the time that we need to take. Take time out for yourself. Take time to go and do this. Take time to... That's all well and good. But what if you don't have time? The reality is you don't need time and money to be able to practice self-care. It makes it easier, but you don't need it. So what I want you to do right now, we're going to breathe in for 4, we're going to hold for 4, we're going to breathe out for 6, and we're going to smile. So let's do that together. Okay, ready? Breathing in. That's self-care. Literally, you've just done it. You can tick it off. I've practiced self-care today. That is literally all it takes. It can be small, tiny little things that you do where you just take a moment to just breathe in. And smiling at the end, if you did that, and I encourage you to actually do it, if you do that, when you smile at the end, it's amazing how much lighter you feel. And imagine if you took time to do that every time you were in the car and you turned on the indicator. You remembered to breathe in, to hold, to breathe out, and smile. So those are the kinds of things that we're going to talk about on the Reclaiming Me course. So we've got a 5-day challenge that's coming up, and we're calling it a challenge, which I struggle with because it's not a challenge. What we're trying to do is to support people to reclaim them. It has been a really tough 3 years. It has been 3 years where everything has felt big and everything has felt out of our control and everything has been difficult. And we've got used to practicing feeling stressed and practicing feeling overwhelmed and practicing feeling like everything is tricky. So what we're trying to do with this 5-day supportive environment, that sounds better than challenge. What we're trying to do is give an opportunity for people to practice finding ways to find moments for self-care. And that doesn't have to cost anything. It's a free challenge. There are no strings attached to the challenge. It doesn't have to cost anything and it doesn't have to take huge amounts of time. So what we want to do is we want to support people to practice putting these skills into their everyday life, finding moments or micro moments for connection with self, remembering who we actually are, and then supporting people to practice these skills. And these are small activities that you can do in your own home, you can do while you sat at a traffic light. I mean, don't watch the videos while you sat at a traffic light because that's not legal and not safe. And it's probably the not safe part is the more important one. So don't do that. But the videos are going to be a couple of minutes long. I mean, I'll do a Facebook Live and this is supposed to be a 1-minute video, so clearly that's not gonna happen. So we can do, so there will be a Facebook Live which might be a little bit longer, but the videos are going to be really short and sharp with some practical skills and practical activities that you can do and you can practice, just so that we can take those baby steps towards the goal of reclaiming me. And I mean, we've all seen that picture, right? Where the steps in the ladder are really big. We want to break that down because every step you're taking forward, even if it's only a baby step, it's moving you closer to that goal. So, Reclaiming Me, sign up now. It's a Facebook group. Jump on. There's going to be myself, I'm Emma, and Isabel, and we will be leading you through 5 days to reclaim you. Hope to see you there.